It's official, guys. Jimmy Butler is a clown. And it hurts to say that for me because I've been a Jimmy Butler supporter since the beginning. He has one of the coolest stories in NBA history. We're talking about a guy, he was homeless as a teenager, went to Marquette, last pick of the first round. Nobody really expected anything out of him. Develops into not only an all-star, but an all-NBA player, top 10 player in the NBA. And now he's developed into the most entitled player in the NBA, the most annoying player in the NBA, a guy who kind of represents everything that's wrong with this edition of superstars in the NBA, with this generation of superstars in the NBA. I don't know if you guys saw his press conference last night where he said he's lost joy for the game of basketball and he hopes to go somewhere else and find it. And then they asked him if he could find that joy in Miami, and he said no. He's forcing his way out. It's the fourth organization he's blowtorched on his way out. And I defended him. I defended his exit in Chicago. I thought that it was bullshit that John Paxson came out and said to the media he didn't think Jimmy Butler was a franchise guy the Bulls could build around, and that's why he didn't want to give him a max extension. That was bullshit. I defended Jimmy on that. The Minnesota situation, they chose to pay Andrew Wiggins over him. I defended him on that. Did he handle the way he got out of Minnesota correctly at all? Nah, man, he fucked over Tom Thibodeau, who's always been his boy, but I defended the method or the means behind it because he was mad that they paid Andrew Wiggins over him, which obviously bad decision. I defended the Philadelphia thing. He was pissed off that they paid Tobias Harris over him, and he didn't want to submit to it being Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons' team. He looked at him and he said, those guys are not alphas. I'm an alpha. I'm not going to submit to that. I defended him. And then the Miami thing, he dragged them to the finals 2 times, to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times. He's a missed 3-point shot in that Boston series of going to the finals 3 times with the Miami Heat. That's crazy. That's nuts. And that team, it wasn't very good. It was all Jimmy Butler carrying them. So I've defended Jimmy Butler for a long time, but this shit that he's been pulling for the last couple weeks now, it's bullshit. Down to changing his hair color to reportedly represent what team he wants to play for next. That's a bullshit move. I don't know if you saw that highlight the other day. There was like 15 seconds left on the shot clock. He took a step back, fade away, 1-foot 3-pointer from the corner, and then didn't get back on defense, gave up an easy transition layup. He's dogging it out there. And then the quotes last night. What bothers me so much about Jimmy Butler and about what he's doing right now is this is a guy who he has crafted his image over the years. He has made people believe that the reason it didn't work in Minnesota is because he wanted to hold Cat and Wiggins accountable. They didn't want to be held accountable. He made people believe that the reason it didn't work out in Philadelphia is because he wanted to hold Simmons and Embiid accountable, and they didn't want to be held accountable. So now, reportedly, his anger stems from Pat Riley calling him out over the offseason. So you're telling me the one time that somebody tried to hold you accountable, you're supposed to be Mr. Accountability, somebody called you out on your bullshit, that's what makes you want to force your way out? That's bullshit, man. That's soft. That's weak. And Pat Riley had every reason to call him out. Jimmy Butler was talking crazy shit during the playoffs last year, and he didn't play. He kind of threw his teammates under the bus by saying, if they would have had me, the series wouldn't have been close, blah, blah, blah. Like, he made it seem like he's the whole team. If you're one of his teammates, it can't feel great to hear that. And Pat Riley simply told him, look, man, if you're not playing basketball, shut the fuck up, because he wasn't playing in that playoff series. So Jimmy Butler, if that is where his anger at the Heat organization stems from, that's soft, man. I expect more out of you. I expect way more out of a guy with his backstory. It's crazy that this is a guy, a true rags to riches story, and now he has developed into the most entitled prima donna player in the NBA. So, I used to hate the Bulls trade. I used to be like, man, we really gave up Jimmy Butler for Zach LaVine. And when you break the trade down itself, it is a terrible trade still, because we gave up not only Jimmy Butler, but we gave up the 16th pick in that draft. They wasted that pick on Justin Patton, but still, the Bulls should not have given up that pick in that trade. If it was just, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, we get that, Chris Dunn, we get that draft pick, we don't give up our draft pick, not that bad of a trade. We probably could have used that pick on something better than Justin Patton, but now, years removed, thank God we traded Jimmy Butler, man. Thank God we got that clown out of Chicago, because it wasn't going to get any better. That bridge was burnt, and he needed to go. So thank God we got him out of here. It's not that bad of a trade package looking back on it, and I will never defend Jimmy Butler again. I have no interest in defending Jimmy Butler again. I don't care what organization he goes to next. I don't care what he does after this. I think the dude's a clown. I'm selling all my Jimmy Butler stock. So I know Bulls fans, they love the dude. They love what he represented, the true rags to riches development story, last pick in the first round, yada, yada. But I'm out on him. You guys in the comments, let me know what you think about Jimmy Butler. And do you accept this clown behavior from him?